the game's gone if Declan Rice is going to win the Ballon d'Or, man.
What? Yeah, big managers of the next generation. It's going to be Farioli, Cesc Fabregas, and Vincent Kompany. These three. Who was the guy that said, oh, let's sign Igor Tudor, the guy that had success 0 times?
Mike Penders is coming because Sanchez and Jorgensen do not give you guarantees. And I'm not saying Mike Penders gives guarantees. However, he's got the potential to be the best goalkeeper in the world.
Episode 29 of the FC Wonderkid podcast. Alex, how are you doing?
Mate, I'm extremely excited for another episode with you, Filipe Souza, that you are going extremely bold with some of your predictions. And yes, thank you for clicking on this video. It's a huge help for us to have your support here at FC Wonderkid, the best podcast talking about Wonderkids and obviously giving some predictions and insights about the biggest competitions. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Champions League, and obviously we got to talk about Wonderkids that are going bold, like Oskar Pietuszewski in the Portuguese League, scoring that goal against Benfica. If you didn't see the goal that he scored, that he dribbled Otamendi.
He destroyed Otamendi.
That was insane. And Trubin also. You were next to me and you said, look, Trubin also.
Yeah.
So yes, we're going to talk loads about Wonderkids. Endrick that is exploding, and it's no more a doubt that Endrick is going to go to the Brazil national team. But yes, as I said, thank you so much for clicking on this video. 5 stars on Spotify is a huge help. And yes, let's get to it, starting with the Champions League. And I think it makes sense for us to say Bayern Munich are currently the favorites to win the Champions League, not Arsenal, okay? Arsenal has the best defense in the world. I can agree with that. But Bayern Munich destroying Atalanta the way they did, this is a bold statement by Vincent Kompany, and they are the favorites to win the Champions League.
I don't know if they are the favorites to win the Champions League, but I think that offensively, maybe they are the best team in the world right now.
Who would you say is the favorite?
Maybe Arsenal is one of the favorites. Barcelona is one of the favorites.
I can't say Arsenal is one of the favorites.
Even Real Madrid, in my opinion, is one of the favorites. Even Real Madrid.
After that City game.
No, I said last week that it wasn't going to be easy for Man City to play against Real Madrid, because even in tough moments, the club, Real Madrid is a historical club. This Champions League is very important for Real Madrid, and we all know how Real Madrid behaves in these decisive moments of the Champions League.
It's a Galacticos mentality, and Fede Valverde represents just that, a Galactico, a pure Galactico that was signed off Peñarol for 5 million, and now he's a club legend. Fede Valverde, he won that match for Real Madrid, and honestly, that was one of the best first halves I've seen from a Real Madrid player, okay? He went so bold, and the 3 goals were brilliant. All the 3 goals.
Fantastic.
Because only brilliant goals is the way that you can score against a Donnarumma that would expect everything and defended a penalty in that game. Fede Valverde scored a hat-trick against one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best goalkeeper in the world, and even had an assist from Courtois.
Yeah, true.
So even Courtois is helping him and saying, I'm better than Donnarumma. Show them, Fede Valverde.
Yeah, right. But right now, asking your question, thinking, I think if I had to bet, I would bet in PSG. PSG again. Because I think it's a team that, again, in the second half of the season, in the clutch moments, the best players start to appear again. We saw that with Desiré Doué. We saw that with João Neves, that made a masterclass against Chelsea. And in the first half of the season, he played well, but not just like we know that João Neves can do what we know that João Neves can do.
I don't think João Neves has bad games, honestly.
No, he doesn't have bad games, but he dominated the game against Chelsea.
I just think people don't give as much recognition as they should to João Neves. And after that Chelsea match, everyone was shocked to see that off-ball João Neves is as good maybe as Moisés Caicedo in many moments.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not saying defensively in everything, okay? Caicedo is defensively, for me, the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League, Moisés Caicedo.
Yeah.
However, if I had to pick between Caicedo and João Neves, I have no doubts that I would pick João Neves as a better option. Younger, better on ball, better decision making, and he's got more goal involvements potential in the future. If I'm Real Madrid, my priority is Vitinha or João Neves one day.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. João Neves is a world-class player, and I think you can't name 8 midfielders better than João Neves.
I'd say 6. 5-6.
Yeah, 5-6 maybe.
And I agree with Vitinha's top 4 of midfielders currently.
Yeah.
Vitinha, Pedri, Bruno Fernandes, and João Neves. Yes, there's 3 Portuguese players. I don't care because right now in the Premier League, who's a better attacking midfielder than Bruno Fernandes? You don't have anyone.
Yeah.
Who's a deep line playmaker than Vitinha? Okay, Pedri, which he mentions. That's the top 4 midfielders in the world. And Declan Rice is not in that top 5. That has to be the case. And I swear, the game's gone. Okay, I'm going to say the sentence. The game's gone if Declan Rice is going to win the Ballon d'Or, man. Don't tell me if Arsenal wins the Champions League, Premier League, an Arsenal player needs to win the Ballon d'Or. I'm sorry,
First of all, who said that Declan Rice is going to win the Ballon d'Or?
Loads of Arsenal fans. And even in Sky Sports, people are saying that Declan Rice, if Arsenal wins the Champions League and Premier League, he should get the Ballon d'Or. The game's gone. The game's gone. Okay, if Declan Rice is getting that Ballon d'Or. 100% in my opinion. Because Vitinha, Pedri, and I'd say even João Neves go bolder than Declan Rice.
João Neves is a better player than Declan Rice.
100%.
But 100%. Way better. It's not even close. In my opinion, it's not even close.
And what I think is when these people say, oh, Declan Rice deserves a Ballon d'Or, this, that, and the other thing, this is why I say the game's gone. Because a player like Joshua Kimmich is 100% much more of a player and has been consistent for many years.
Well said.
And no one says Kimmich
Underrated.
For sure.
Underrated.
For sure. And Bayern Munich dominates. And they're playing such a good way with such leadership. And you don't see people saying Kimmich deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. Because, yes, you have a Harry Kane, Olise. If someone's winning a Ballon d'Or at Bayern Munich, there are other players ahead of him. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just purely comparing Declan Rice with other midfielders that I think have a more of an impact in their teams and have been there for more years. Don't get me wrong. Declan Rice, one of the best midfielders in the world, 100%. But the pedestal that the other Arsenal fans put him on, I cannot agree with it. I cannot agree. I just wanted to say that at the start, but yeah, my
Do you want to make a ranking of the top 5 best midfielders in the world in your opinion?
I won't say like 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3. No, you don't.
I don't want to do that now. But if I'm doing a top 5 in no order of midfielders, I'd 100% put Vitinha. I'd put Pedri, João Neves, Bruno Fernandes. The 5th one is tricky, mates. You have Caicedo, Declan Rice, Fede Valverde, Joshua Kimmich. I'd say for this season, I'm going to go bold and say Joshua Kimmich. And I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves.
I think, in my opinion, I would take out Bruno Fernandes and put Joshua Kimmich and Fede Valverde, in my opinion.
After this. But Fede Valverde, the thing about him is, yes, he's an elite midfielder, and that's where he developed as a player in academy. However, he's a solution everywhere. That's what makes Fede Valverde such a brilliant player and a legend one day. Because if he needs to play right back, he plays right back, midfielder. Anything, Fede Valverde plays for the team. And that's why it's beautiful to see a player like Fede Valverde being instrumentally important against City of Pep Guardiola. Real Madrid are the team that have won the most games against Pep Guardiola, okay? Yeah. So Guardiola, it's a great storyline. And now, second leg, Kylian Mbappe is going to be in the Etihad. That's not going to be easy. Real Madrid is going to go through, no?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's very difficult for Man City to win 3-0.
But there's a chance. There's a chance that City can go extremely bold and we can maybe have extra time. Erling Haaland, I don't know, but I don't expect it.
I think there's only one remontada that will happen in the next round, and I think it's Sporting Clube Portugal doing the remontada here in Lisbon.
You reckon? Don't you think Bodo Glimt's going to score, man? I think Bodo Glimt's going to score.
I think a remontada will happen here in Lisbon. I don't know if it's 4-0, 5-1. Maybe they will score, but I think something magical will happen in Lisbon next week. But
this is a bold prediction.
We will see.
Luis Suarez, Trincão, making history.
We will see. But going back to Bayern Munich,
yes, you gotta mention that.
Offensively, the best team in the world right now. Atalanta. We all knew that Bayern Munich will win against Atalanta.
Yeah, we'll go through against Atalanta.
But 6-1 against an Italian team, against a team that is solid defensively. It's an insane result in my opinion. And you have, I saw a little bit of the game, and it's those attacking players of Bayern Munich. It's a complete nightmare. Michael Olise, Gnabry, Leonard Carl, Harry Kane, Nicolas Jackson that played against Atalanta. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And Harry Kane didn't play against Atalanta, and they won 6-1.
Yes. That well stated.
Nicolas Jackson, one goal. I think he assisted as well.
He's not a bad player. I think he's overhated for no reason.
Fantastic number two for the striker position of Bayern Munich.
And even if you look beforehand, he showed good signs too. A lot of people went in the bandwagon of hating on Nico Jackson. When it doesn't make sense. When it doesn't make sense and he's a great solution for Harry Kane, I agree with just that. However, if Bayern Munich is winning the Champions League, dominating the Bundesliga, there must be shouts of Michael Olise winning the Ballon d'Or. Michael Olise currently must be in the top 5 of the Ballon d'Or. 37 games, 15 goals, 26 assists this season. This is insane, and he's a must starter for the French national team at the right. You cannot put any other player at the right wing other than Michael Olise, and I know you love this statement, the Arjen Robben region. For Bayern fans currently.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Cut inside's inevitable to stop.
No, it's everyone knows what he is gonna do, but it's impossible to stop that.
Just like Robben.
Just like Robben. And Olise, I remember to say that Olise, in the times at Crystal Palace, I said that if he stays injury-free, because he had a lot of injuries in the Crystal Palace times, if he stays injury-free, he can become a world-class player.
Which he is right now.
He is right now a world-class player, and in my opinion, one of the favorites to win the Ballon d'Or.
Top 5. He's top 5 100%. And now, this is what I love about him. You talk about his time at Crystal Palace, Michael Olise, and Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. They all could have signed him. All of them, especially Arsenal, okay, being in London. And they all denied having Michael Olise for the price tag that was being asked. Bayern took the chance, and what a decision it was. And right now, it's no debate that Michael Olise is a better right winger than any right winger in other Premier League teams. He's better than Florian Wirtz right now. He's better than Mo Salah in terms of play right now. He's better than Saka. No debate right now. Olise is at another level, and as I said, we know Désiré Doué, Dembélé, Kylian Mbappé, so many wingers in this French team, and we state Michael Olise must start for France, and you stated he is at the same level this season, Michael Olise, as Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, no doubt, and I think for me, 5 favorites to win a Ballon d'Or, or Lamine Yamal wins it, or Michael Olise wins it, or Haaland wins it, or Mbappé wins it.
And all the players you mentioned right there, it would be their first Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's going to be a debutant to win the Ballon d'Or. But I think Michael Olise is so consistent this season. Every single Bundesliga game, he destroyed all the teams, scored hat-tricks, 3 assists. I remember that game that he came up in the 16th minute, he scored 1 goal and delivered 3 assists. It's in 30 minutes. It's completely insane.
It's the efficiency in goal involvements. You can see that he is at another level with Vincent Kompany in terms of goal involvements. Kompany is clearly developing in an excellent way a player like Olise. We must give credit where credit's due. Kompany this season is one of the best managers in football. We rave upon Fabregas at Como, phenomenal. Farioli at Porto, we love him. Even Fabian Hurstler at Brighton, a lot of people like him too, and he has talent as a manager. However, Kompany's doing it at Bayern Munich, okay? A European giant, football heritage, like our friend Jose Mourinho says.
Yeah.
And he's delivering, okay? For me, Champions League favorites, and no doubt they're running with the Bundesliga, developing the players the right way. I think there's a stat that Bayern Munich is, how many youth players did they play? 6 or 7?
Yeah, a lot. I don't know the number.
Leonard Carl with the Mike, like he's trusting a lot. Mia San Mia, the academy.
Yeah, and more than trusting, you see players like Leonard Carl that have a huge role in the team.
True.
He's not just playing 3 minutes and one more debut. No. He plays a lot of games, a lot of minutes in the Bundesliga, Champions League, a lot of competitions. And Leonard Carl will become a world-class player. We don't have any doubts on that. Because of Vincent Kompany. Because it's difficult to trust in a 17-year-old kid. And he trusted and he scored, he assisted. He showed to the world that what he's capable of. And we have to. I didn't expect that. We said I criticized a lot Kompany in the times at Burnley, for example, and I didn't expect that he would become this type of manager.
It was a bold decision by Bayern.
It was
Munich,
a bold decision at the time.
It
paid off. And
if they didn't extend with Kompany, there's a chance that we would be talking about Kompany maybe being the successor to Pep Guardiola at City. Okay, I do think that he's definitely one of the candidates. Okay,
Yeah.
Or they will propose the Kompany to be the successor of Pep Guardiola one day at City. 100%. Between Arteta and Kompany, I have no doubts that I would pick Kompany ahead of Arteta. And even say Fabregas ahead of Arteta. But that's a bold statement currently.
That's a bold statement currently, but I think I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and I was saying that, in my opinion, the 3 next big managers of the next generation is going to be Farioli, Cesc Fabregas, and Vincent Kompany. These 3. I think they will become world-class managers. Vincent Kompany is already...
Could Ruben Amorim return to that talk?
I hope so, if he makes the right choices.
Go to Inter de Milan. Go to Inter de Milan, okay? Get Kivu off, and you will see Inter de Milan seeking greatness in the Champions League with Ruben Amorim with 3 at the back.
Maybe. It's
my bold prediction. It's my dream. It's my dream for him to go to Serie A.
Let's see. I'm very curious to see what's the next step of Ruben Amorim. Very curious to see, and I think it's very important because if he decides to go to clubs like Tottenham.
I told you I really don't want Ruben to go to Tottenham. Please run away from Tottenham.
No, you were right. You were right. You were right.
No, that dressing room, there is no salvation. But a manager like Sean Dyche that rumoredly refused to manage the team Sean Dyche. And if Sean Dyche is refusing Tottenham, there's a mess inside of that club, okay? A proper mess. And going with stats, I think in 2026 in the Premier League, 0 wins, and they're not impressing anyone. What Igor Tudor did to Kinský, you do not do to a young goalkeeper. That is embarrassing, that is bad management, and it's a definition of how messed up the club of Tottenham is right now. The only manager that you were successful in recent history, winning a trophy, Ange Postecoglou, you sack him the way you did at the beginning of the season. That is starting things wrong, okay? And now at the end of the season, and we're in March, things are still wrong.
And this type of decisions of Igor Tudor that he did to Kinský is the type of decisions that can destroy a young player career.
True.
Mentally is very tough.
How can he justify it? It's like, I was subbed off because I did suffer goals that were my mistake.
Yeah, and
it's very tough.
I have to say that the mistakes of Kinský have a lot to do with the pitch as well, because I saw the mistakes and he had mistake in 2 of the first 3 goals that they suffered, but one he slide on the pitch.
It's a scapegoat. It's not because of Kinský that Atletico scoring 5 goals.
Bro. And Tottenham will not pass through the next round. So why you will take off a goalkeeper at a 15-minute for what?
But
you will lose anyway.
But do you see a Tottenham encouraging signs?
Do you see why? What?
Do you see a Tottenham encouraging signs?
No.
No. There's signs. They drew it. They drew in the second half against Atletico de Madrid.
Bro.
I saw a Talk Sport. Kundi, he was saying to Jamie O'Hara.
He said that.
Encouraging signs. And then he says, to there is to poo. Oh my days. Okay, Talk Sport is doing a great job having Jamie O'Hara and Kundi after the game.
Tottenham will lose now the next Premier League game, and they will lose at home against Atletico Madrid. I said it. Diego Simeone will destroy Igor Tudor.
It's 3-point lane. It's 3-point lane, mate.
Igor Tudor is so bad, man. He didn't had success one time.
Yes.
Why? I don't understand this decision.
It's self-destruction from Tottenham.
I don't
it's
understand.
Self-destruction.
Who was the guy that said, "Oh, let's sign Igor Tudor," the guy that had success 0 times?
That guy has to be sacked from the Tottenham board for making that sort of decisions. Daniel Levy's not involved in the decision-making of the club. And look what happened. And Daniel Levy, loads of people criticize him in the past. Say he doesn't spend money, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, he doesn't do good decisions. Now, Tottenham fans maybe are thinking Daniel Levy, maybe he wouldn't have done this bad of a job in terms of decision making. But yes, if you're a Tottenham fan, please let me know what you're thinking. And even I love a Xavi Simons, okay? What he does on the pitch, the mindset, playing style, he's got that ginga, the dribbling. However, he can't be posting those dances if your team's losing the way they did. They lost by 5 goals. You're posting a TikTok dancing. I love TikTok. I love social media. However, context, okay? You're a paid professional that is expecting to win games, and you're very poorly playing right now, okay? So I'm a bit disappointed because at the start of the season we had high expectations for Xavi Simons,
and we highlighted his mentality as well in the start of the season, because we said that it's very difficult. We are talking about a player that is famous since he's 12 years old, and it's very difficult when you have the media ahead of you, and you succeed as well, even with that.
But he doesn't stay. He stayed 2 seasons at Leipzig. That was maybe the longest he stayed at the club professionally. Okay, so I just hope Xavi Simons finds a new home, and I don't know if Tottenham is that home. Okay, let us know down below what you're thinking, Tottenham fans. I'm very curious to know. But yes, you mentioned Atletico de Madrid dominating the way they did Tottenham. Barcelona, Newcastle, were you surprised with that result?
I was not surprised. I think it's very difficult to play in Newcastle's home.
And a very meaningful game for Newcastle, too.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe even said before the match, the most important game in our history.
Yeah. And let me tell one thing, because I have to highlight this player. It was fantastic.
Against Lamine.
Yeah. Lewis Hall. Sorry.
Very good.
Fantastic performance against FC Barcelona, and without him, Barcelona would won that match
100%.
because he locked Lamine Yamal, and he locked one of the best players in the world, in my opinion, the best player in the world.
He has to be in the World Cup, Lewis Hall. Has to be.
No doubt.
O'Reilly, Miles Lewis Kelly. I'll go bold and say Miles Lewis Kelly is not as good as Lewis Hall right now this season, okay? In terms of minutes, in form, there's no debate.
No debate there. Fantastic performance. We are talking about locking the best player in the world, offensively very good as well, very complete game, and I have to say congratulations to Lewis Hall, because I didn't expect this type of game from him, and he's doing a fantastic season at Newcastle.
True.
He's consistent in the Premier League, European competitions. He deserves to go to the World Cup. I hope he will go. I hope.
For me, I'll even say if Nico O'Reilly's not starting, start maybe Lewis Hall too.
No.
Give him a starting chance at England. I think he deserves it. He's playing at such a high level that is very well highlighted, and I completely agree with you. Without Lewis Hall, maybe Barcelona would have won that match, because Lamine Yamal did feel a lot of discomfort, even though he did score a penalty, okay? And it's good to see Lamine Yamal taking that ownership in the 90th minute and scoring a pen. People say, oh, but it's a penalty. You still need to score them, okay? You still need to score the penalties, and that happened, so I really wanted to mention that. And yes, in terms of stats I got here, Lamine Yamal, 37 matches, 20 goals, 14 assists this season. We're going to reiterate. 18 years old. Okay? 18 years old. He's got 34 goal involvements in March. This is not normal. We have a World Cup coming. He's still in the Champions League. He must be considered, as we said, a contender to win the Ballon d'Or. And in my opinion, I do put Lamine Yamal ahead of Michael Olise, even though the numbers go with Olise. But if Lamine played in this Bayern Munich team with this system, with company, I do think he could replicate what Olise is doing and maybe having a bit more brilliance.
Right now, I would put them in the same level. Let's see what will happen. A lot of decisions to made as well in this season. Who's gonna win the Champions League? Who's gonna win the World Cup? Let's see. But right now, in my opinion, they are in the same level.
But this is what we're going to be saying, and maybe in 5-10 years, this is what's happening right now, Filipe. It's Lamine Yamal arrived at Barcelona's first team, and since he's the best player on that team with Pedri, Mbappe doesn't win leagues, okay? He doesn't win the league since he arrived. And you can see the responsibility that Lamine Yamal has in that impact. Mbappe doesn't succeed at Real Madrid internally, winning the league, Copa del Rey. That doesn't happen because of Lamine Yamal that is dominating all the trophies. And a player like Kylian Mbappe must be suffering with this mindset. So this Champions League, you say PSG are the favorites. If they get a double... If PSG wins the Champions League again this season, they wouldn't have won once with Kylian Mbappe. And that is a statement of intent, okay? And Dembele won the Ballon d'Or ahead of time. Oh, Kylian Mbappe. Imagine saying that to someone 3-4 years ago. They'd say, you're nuts. You're nuts. How can Dembele win a Ballon d'Or if he's injury prone at Barcelona? This and the other thing. And then they switched. One went from the French league to La Liga, and the other one went from La Liga to the French league, and Dembele went bowling and listened to Luis Enrique, and look what it got him.
Yeah.
Look what it got him. But I don't know. It's interesting.
I saw that if some people have doubts that PSG is one of the main favorites, I think that game against Chelsea, I think they changed their minds because they destroyed Chelsea. I think Chelsea made a lot of mistakes, even Jorgensen playing at the back. He made a lot of mistakes that had impact in the game.
For me, it's the confirmation. It's the confirmation of what we said last podcast, and I think we're going to say it right now. And we're confident about it. Next season, Chelsea fans, don't worry. Mike Penders is coming. Mike Penders is coming because Sanchez and Jorgensen do not give you guarantees. And I'm not saying Mike Penders gives guarantees. However, he's got the potential to be the best goalkeeper in the world. So you might as well risk with Mike Penders instead of having two players that the potential is to be a good goalkeeper, okay, in the Premier League. Not the best in the world unequivocally. Mike Penders, given the chance next season, and I think Liam Rosenior or another manager at Chelsea will be told, you got to give the chance to Mike Penders.
No. And I think those mistakes that Jorgensen made playing with these feet, I think Mike Penders will not make those mistakes.
100%.
Because he's the ball-playing goalkeeper of Strasbourg. And there's this characteristic of Mike Penders is very important to play right now in the modern football at the highest level.
True.
And
even Courtois is having assists now. Courtois has 3 assists. No goalkeeper has more assists than Courtois in the Champions League. A keeper that 5-10 years ago with his feet, he was very limited, and he's improved massively in terms of that too. So I really wanted to mention that because Chelsea, I like what you're saying, and I got also in my notes here couple of bold statements about João Pedro are being told, okay? Because I have Liam Rosenior saying João Pedro is at the same bracket as Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. And today, Moisés Caicedo said one of the best in the world. People are raving with João Pedro, okay? I don't know if I put him this high.
No, I would not put him that high, but I think Liam Rosenior also said that Reece James is the best player in his position, and I don't agree with that. So, I think
he's the best right back in the world in form.
So
however, this season, Reece James must be top 3.
Okay, he's not the best. It's not the best.
I don't know. There's a discussion. But if Hakimi's not injured, he's the best right back in the world, no doubt. But if we compare Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold, I go Reece James.
Okay, yeah.
Not even depends. I prefer the right back, Reece James, proper right back, than Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I understand.
That is an innovative right back for what he does. He's a very unique type right back.
Alexander-Arnold is more offensively is way better than Reece James, but Reece James is more complete.
Exactly.
He's very strong. He's defensively. It gives you guarantees.
And I'll be honest, I like the fact he stays at Chelsea. I like the commitment that he has at the club. I love the fact that his sister plays at the club too. It's really good. And he really loves Chelsea, okay? So I think you need players like that. Like we were saying, that Chelsea needed a proper center back, a leader. Maybe the leader can be from the right too, and Reece James is guaranteed solution if he's fit. And at the left, you have another mentally strong player, which is Marco Cucurella, okay? There's a lot of one-on-one moments that people are raging. Who pulled the hair? João Neves pulled the hair even on Marco Cucurella. If I was playing against Cucurella, I'm sure we would have a fight. Okay, he must be that type of guy that is so locked into a player that it's like, mate, give me space. Give me space, and he never gives you space.
No. True.
But yes, this is
But
my point,
João Pedro, I think he's a very good striker, very good. I think you cannot put him in the same level as Haaland, as Harry Kane.
But can you put him at the same level of Ekitike?
I could understand that. In my opinion, Ekitike is better. But I'm a huge fan of Ekitike.
João Pedro is no doubt better than Voltmad. With Ekitike, I think it's now 50-50 between the two.
I understand that because, imagine, I really like Ekitike. I think it's the style of Ekitike playing that I really admire. But if one person said that, in my opinion, João Pedro is better. It's not a ridiculous opinion.
I
think
agree.
It's
okay.
It's an opinion.
It's
a good opinion. It's not ridiculous.
And another thing too, we see all these Chelsea strikers in the last 3 years. Nico Jackson, Liam Delap, that was even signed. João Pedro is levels above.
He's way better.
João Pedro is levels above of every Chelsea striker in the last 2-3 years.
Way better, no doubt.
He came as an immediate impact, and he did just that. João Pedro, 100% for me, has to go to the Brazil World Cup. The strikers that I... No, but there's people that go against that. Yes, there's people that go against that. Unfortunately, I don't know how they can go against that. Brazil
João Pedro will start for Brazil. João Pedro will start. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't know.
João Pedro will start 100%.
Hendrick could start too.
João Pedro will start 100%.
First match of Brazil. Hendrick starting.
João Pedro will start.
I don't know. I could see Hendrick too, man. It's bold. It's a bold debate. Who will start for Brazil?
Hendrick destroyed Celta de Vigo. You know which position he played?
No, he played at the right-hand side because they're playing with two strikers.
Okay.
Because Pavel Sulch
but
plays
with the ball,
striker.
He was more like a right winger.
But no.
He cut it inside, but he was more like a right winger.
If Brazil is winning the World Cup, I've said it, it's Estevão and Hendrick, okay? And you're saying he's more comfortable playing at the right-hand side at Lyon next to Pavel Sulch. I think the right-hand side of Brazil with Hendrick and Estevão is going to be beautiful to see.
I'm not saying that he's more comfortable. I'm saying that Hendrick can play in a lot of positions. He can play, in my opinion, he can play in the three positions in the attack. He can play as a striker, he can play as a winger, in my opinion. But I think... Endrick will have a lot of minutes in the World Cup, I think, but João Pedro is number one for the striker position. And I think it's very difficult because Brazil has Vinicius Junior, Rafinha, Rodrigo is out. He's out because of the injury,
Rodrigo
right?
was in this talk maybe as high, but he should be. I agree.
But he's out of the World Cup.
He's out this season, yes. I think until the World Cup, I don't know if it's 100% sure, but he's definitely out this season, yes.
Okay, but these two, Vinicius Junior and Rafinha... But you will bench Rafinha. You will bench Vinicius Junior.
Look, I'll say this. In terms of ego, no discussion, these two players, they dominate the locker room, Vini and Rafinha. But in terms of goal involvements, in terms of the players that are impressing me the most when they're wearing the Brazil jersey, it's Estevão, man. Estevão's impressing me the most. Estevão himself has more goals than Rodrigo and Vini put together with Ancelotti. So I really believe if Brazil is making history, it's not with Vini, it's not with Rodrigo that he's injured, unfortunately. It's with Estevão, it's with Hendrick, and maybe with the bold choice of getting Ryan too. And I'd even say Igor Thiago. If Igor Thiago is breaking the record of a Brazilian scoring the most goals in one Premier League season, Why not give him the chance if he's doing it in the most competitive league in the world? And Brentford is a great story that deserves more recognition. Underdog story that they trust the statistics, and the statistics state that Igor Thiago is one of the best strikers in the world, and that's why he should go to the World Cup, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but this is interesting, and let us know who would you start for Brazil in the first match in the World Cup.
But I'm curious to see your attacking line what is your starting attacking line for Brazilian national team in the first game of the World Cup?
I could see Endrick, but I agree with you, João Pedro thoughts. So Endrick, Estevão, Rafinha, Vini.
4.
Oh yeah, they're gonna play. Yes. And Bruno Guimarães and Casemiro in the midfield. I think they're gonna have 4. That's why they play.
Who's going to play as a 10?
On the bench, Rafinha. Because of the off-ball movements. Rafinha pressing is the best presser of the Brazil team, in my opinion. It's not Vini. I think you need to have the support in the press. And if you're going to put all these players, who's the number 10 if Neymar is not there? I'd give it to Rafinha, that position on the pitch. Personally so.
There's a Neymar case as well.
True.
In my opinion, Neymar should be called up.
100%. 100%. And if Brazil wins the World Cup without Neymar, it's not fair. It's not fair. Yeah. He has to be in that team. Maybe not starting always. I think he will start always if he's there. However, if they win without him, there would just be a degree of, that's not right, man. Yeah, that's not right. And even if him not going to the Brazil national team this World Cup, I just get the feeling it's not right. It's not right. But Neymar, he's tricky, man. And at this time of the year, February, March, his sister's birthday, all these things happen because Ancelotti went to see the match with Mirassol and he didn't even go.
He didn't even go because he was injured.
Reportedly, okay? Reportedly. A lot of people say it's that time of the year, okay? That it's his sister, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, maybe, but you
gotta have that professional level. If it's a World Cup year, if you're giving it all, okay, like Neymar is stating that he is, I believe he is, okay? I want to believe he is. I love Neymar. It's one of those things. The 2 wishes that I have in football my 2 things that I wish the most didn't happen in football are that Cristiano Ronaldo hadn't left Real Madrid soon, and that Neymar hadn't left Barcelona so soon. Yeah. Those are the 2 things I really hate that happened in football. And we as fans didn't deserve that, man. Ronaldo would have won more Ballon d'Ors. Okay, don't. If you're hating on that, you're hating on the inevitable, because if Modric won, it would have been Cristiano Ronaldo if he stayed at Real Madrid. And this is a whole different conversation. Okay, we're going off. We're going off with the João Pedro talk, and then we went off with this Brazil.
But
how would you play Brazil? So how would be yours? How would your forward line of Brazil be?
Forward line, I would go. I would go maybe Vinicius, Rafinha, Estevão, and João Pedro, and Endrick to coming as a super sub. And I disagree with you. Who would I put as a 10? Estevão, in my opinion. In my opinion, Estevão has a 10.
Let us know down below what are you thinking. However, I just think at that right-hand side, he's way too comfortable. But it's an interesting debate. Going back to the Champions League, we were talking about Chelsea and everything. We didn't mention PSG. I know we're forgetting something about it in the Champions League. There must be something. Bayern Munich, Sporting. You went bold. Yeah. You went bold. What's your rationale with Sporting going through against Bodø Glimt? Because the story of Bodø Glimt deserves a ton of recognition for the way they play.
For sure.
Bodø Glimt dominates teams. Why? Because in terms of intelligence, every player on the pitch knows where their teammate's going to be. There's an understanding that is insane. And I think if Arsenal is going to Norway, I think Bodø Glimt could score 2 goals against an Arsenal team.
I think this Bodø Glimt team is very tricky because they have the right time to prepare the games. They don't have.
I don't think it's that now. No. They started the league now.
Tactically, this team is well prepared for the games. It's insane. Very well prepared.
Because that's a double-edged sword. Because in terms of rhythm, you can state that they're not at the same rhythm, maybe, of intensity as at the top leagues, but you don't feel it.
But the rhythm you can control with metrics, with controlling the performance of the players, friendlies in the middle of the season, the week. You can control that type of things. But what the main advantage for Bodø Glimt, in my opinion, is that the Norwegian Championship is stopped. They stopped. They will return.
They return now. They're going to return
now.
Yeah.
But
they played Molde and they beat them 2-1.
Yeah, they will. They have a lot of time to prepare the games, and I think tactically against Sporting, against Inter Milan, I saw that Bodø Glimt destroyed these two teams.
Exactly. And they didn't just destroy with the way they played Inter Milan. They destroyed their own intent. Okay, they said, we're going to play this way, Bodø Glimt, in San Siro, and we're going to dominate you. And they did just that. Patrick Berg. Hakon, what a midfielder he is. Proper player. I was so surprised with this Hakon player that was at Brøndby. Like, he has to go to the World Cup with Norway and maybe start. What a player that he is.
No.
Then Jean-Peter Ag, obviously, okay. And Norway has here a decision to do. It's Andreas Schjelderup, Jean-Peter Ag, and Antonio Nusa. I know Nusa.
And Oscar Bob, they will go.
I know Nusa's the starter. 20 starts for Norway, 7 goals. However, right now, the best left winger Norwegian is Andreas Schjelderup playing. And don't get me with the Portuguese bias, because Andreas Schjelderup is playing at such a high level, and thanks to Jose Mourinho that trusted him. This is not normal. He has such clear intent in what he does. Efficiency, dribbling. The Andreas Schjelderup that was dominating at Nordsjælland, now we see it at Sport Lisboa Benfica. True. And the best left winger maybe in the Primeira Liga Portuguesa, or a 17-year-old Polish kid that is going crazy. And we'll mention more at the end of the podcast.
But just to end this topic of Sporting, I think Sporting team is also physically destroyed, in my opinion, right now in this time of the season. And I think the next game of Sporting, let me check. I don't know if they
don't think Bodo
play
Glimt's
for the
going to
league.
score in Alvalade.
But I saw Sporting is a very offensive team, very offensive, and they know that to go to the next round they must score at least 3 goals to go to extra time. But I think if they can physically be strong, I think Sporting will have a good result against Bodø Glimt, and will be a magical night at Lisbon, and we all gonna saw that next week.
We've seen magical nights in Lisbon, okay, in the last 2 years for Sporting fans, beating Man City with Pep Guardiola, Ruben Amorim going extremely bold with a Kinda assisting Gyökeres goal. What a night it was. There was a bold night, obviously, beating PSG the way they did, 2-1. No one was expecting, so maybe we see another magical night in Alvalade. However, I'm a bit of a skeptical, because what Bodø Glimt's doing for me, we're talking here, and maybe this is way too bold to say, but we had phenomenal fairy tale teams in the Champions League, Ajax in the past, even Tottenham getting to that point too, okay? That was extremely bold with Pochettino. However, with Bodø Glimt, it feels different, and it feels like top teams maybe will not be able to crack this team. It's bold statement. It's a very bold statement. I'm going to go bold and say the possibility of Bodø Glimt winning the Champions League is completely real. It's completely real. It is. Because if Bodø Glimt dominates Arsenal, people are going to start saying, okay.
They will
top in the Premier League is losing 2 to Bodø Glimt.
They will not dominate Arsenal.
They dominated City.
No, they not dominated.
They dominated City.
They won. City. They won. It depends on the meaning of dominate.
No.
They
the
won
way
against
they did.
City.
They said, we're going to play the way we want to play, and City, you can't stop us. You can't stop us. And it would have been worse without Donnarumma. And it would have been worse. And even Sporting, Sporting could have lost for more than 3 goals too.
Yeah.
No, I really think it's special, mate. Maybe I'm being way too crazy and bold, but I really think the tactics, the way they play, the manager, the story. Even we spoke on the podcast. They have a military personnel, former military Norwegian, that is mental coach with these players. There's special things happening here. So I could see Bodø Glimt making history. And it would be beautiful for football, okay? It would be the Leicester story of the Champions League, Bodø Glimt winning it. And I would love to see it. I would love to see it. These players deserve it. Patrick Berg deserves it. Hakon deserves it. Jean-Peter Ag deserves it. Even the right back, I can't remember the name. What a game he had. And they don't rush decisions. That's the thing. They take the ball. And you see a lot of times rushing decisions, especially with Futebol Clube Porto, I felt in the last recent games, putting the ball forward against Stuttgart.
Yeah.
Just put the ball forward, Bodo Glimt, no, they just, we play from the back, we just keep it calm.
Yeah.
Regroup. So let's see. It's a very bold statement, but let us know. Maybe I'm going too crazy. We're in the 45-minute mark.
Yeah.
If you're listening until now to the Champions League predictions, let us know down below your choices, who's going to win. And like this video, it's always a big help for us on YouTube. And 5 stars on Spotify. We've passed the 30 ratings. Let's go to the 50 ratings. It's a huge help for us at FC Wonderkids. But yes, we hinted, and now we're going to talk a bit of Wonderkids that are going extremely bold, and Oskar Pietuszewski makes complete sense for him. For us to start with Oskar.
For sure.
Wow. What did you think? What do you think of Oskar Pietuszewski right now at Futebol Clube Porto?
First of all, when they signed Oskar, we already knew Oskar Pietuszewski, and
we knew he would play very well with Farioli.
Yeah. But I didn't expect for Farioli to trust so much in this kid.
Farioli trusts the youth. Farioli himself is 36. Yeah. But we can say right now, Victor Froholt is a starter of Futebol Clube Porto. Oskar Pietuszewski is a starter ahead of Borja Sainz. If Samu wasn't injured, he would be a starter also. Rodrigo Mora coming off the bench, what a luxury this is. Futebol Clube Porto, in terms of young talents, is one of the most exciting teams in the world. Martin Fernandes, I love Martin Fernandes with a 4 at the back, playing at the left back, can play at the right back. What an insane fullback and potential. But Froholt, Oskar Pietuszewski, and Samu, world-class potential in those 3.
No. No doubts. And I think Oskar Pietuszewski is right now the best dribbler in the Portuguese league, in my opinion.
One-on-one, the most difficult to defend.
Yeah, one-on-one.
But I said the best left winger in the Portuguese league for me is André Sheldon.
It's different things. You can be the best winger and not the best dribbler.
True.
It's different things. But I understand what you're saying. But again, Oskar Pietuszewski, I didn't expect to, after 1-2 months of arriving at Porto, starting against Benfica. I didn't expect that. Starting and destroying one World Cup champion and a good goalkeeper, which is Trubin, and being so decisive for Futebol Clube do Porto. So the second half of the season of Oskar Pietuszewski, it's not normal. And it is 17 years old.
If Porto's winning the league, it's because of Oskar Pietuszewski. It's because of Victor Froholt. Let's tell the listeners. It's very important. Futebol Clube Porto is without Samu and without Luke De Jong. The striker of Futebol Clube Porto is Mofi or Dennis Gould.
Yeah.
Look at the downgrade in terms of level of the striker. And Oskar Pietuszewski, Victor Froholt, Rodrigo Mora when he's coming on. I can guarantee you he's going to go to a higher level until the end of the season. Those are the solutions for Futebol Clube Porto to win the title, and we must give credit to the incredible job of Francesco Farioli, which you stated at the start of the podcast, the 3 managers that you believe will be top tier. You said Fabregas, Kompany, and Francesco Farioli.
Yeah.
He's the only one of those 3 that wasn't a football player. So why are you so confident with Francesco Farioli?
Because a lot of things. But first of all, I saw a little bit of the Thiago Silva interview he did to Portuguese media in how he talked about Farioli.
5 years older than Farioli, Thiago Silva.
And how he talked about Farioli. And he was already managed by the best managers in the world. We are talking about Thiago Silva. He said that he's going to be one of the best in the world, Farioli. And how he said that Farioli prepares so much the team physically, tactically, mentally for every single game. He prepares so well. And I think a manager that is able to prepare the team in a lot of in these metrics so well, I think he has it all to become one of the best managers in the world. And he's 36 years old. And 36 years old.
Former assistant manager of De Zerbi. He did study philosophy in the university, so his mindset, his way of thinking in the world, Farioli is very interesting, okay? You never see a press conference of Farioli and you're not entertained.
Yeah.
Okay? So Premier League fans are going to love Francesco Farioli, and I agree with you. In terms of potential, if we're talking of like Carlos Cuesta, Farioli, Fabian Hurtzler, no doubt I'm picking Francesco Farioli.
And I want to say that, for example, Farioli learned with one of the best tacticians in the world, which is De Zerbi. The problem is De Zerbi will not become a world-class manager ever, because the relationship that he has with the players, his profile, he creates conflicts in every single place that he went. He creates conflicts.
I can't
he
say
creates
that.
conflicts,
because De Zerbi is the type of manager that needs full control. Full control. And then Marcel, the moment he wasn't given the full control,
and
the sporting director did change too, Benatia.
How many titles does De Zerbi has?
Didn't he win at
He
Sassuolo?
creates conflicts in every single place
but
that
he
goes.
did upgrade Sassuolo and Brighton to another level in terms of culture.
I don't say that. He didn't upgrade Brighton.
No, they already had Graham Potter that was good, but he
Sassuolo,
Sassuolo, but yes. But in terms of like Potter leaves, De Zerbi did a really good job and was impressing immediately. So I rate Roberto De Zerbi. I just don't think that he can never become a world-class manager, because the difference is Francesco Farioli, I think, is more adaptable for the top teams. De Zerbi's not adaptable. It's my way or no way, okay? And if he gets a team that respects that types of decision-making that he wants, Atletico de Madrid gives that with Simeone. It's my way or no way, okay? And I consider Simeone world-class. I just think De Zerbi, he just needs to find a new home, and maybe a home that he stays 5 to 10 years. Because I watched the game against Sporting Marseille. Tactically, Marseille are a very high-level team. Maybe not now, but when they had De Zerbi, they were.
No, tactically, De Zerbi is fantastic. I think the results could be better. The results could be better, and the results could be better. It's because something is failing.
What would you do if you're De Zerbi? This is an interesting one. What would you do if you were De Zerbi?
I would think, where would I go, or what would I do?
Where can De Zerbi get full control right now?
First,
Tottenham. If De Zerbi says to Tottenham, look.
2 weeks at it would.
And you don't think De Zerbi could be the solution at Tottenham? I think he could, mate.
Man,
I really think De Zerbi would run hard Mickey van de Ven. What Igor Tudor suffered with saying, highline Mickey van de Ven. If he did that with De Zerbi would run to the pitch and say, you go up.
Even Conte almost had a burnout at Tottenham.
True.
Imagine De Zerbi in the first training. If someone
but that's the solution they need, because if Tottenham do not sack Igor Tudor today, I'd say today as we're filming, they're going to have a big problem getting relegated. And Romero, we said Lucas Bergvall, even Udogi's going to want to leave. Kinský's going to leave. Kinský's saying, me playing championship? It's already bad that I'm at Tottenham, okay? So,
yeah.
My point is, you need a man to change the culture from top to bottom. And De Zerbi, maybe, is that guy. Maybe he's that guy. And maybe.
Let's see. I think...
returning to Italy also, 100% that's going to be in his mindset, okay?
I think
there's no place like home.
If he goes to Tottenham, De Zerbi, he does not have anything to lose, because... everyone knows that it's very difficult to have success at Tottenham, and if the success doesn't arrive, the people will think that it's just another manager that couldn't do it. But if he can have success at Tottenham, I think it could change his career.
What would be success at Tottenham this season? Not getting relegated.
This season, right now,
not getting relegated.
Yes,
and then fixing the players that can be issues.
You want De Zerbi for?
I really
now.
Oh, yes. De Zerbi right now. Get De Zerbi right now. If Sean Dyche is refusing going to Tottenham, get De Zerbi. Pay the blank check, man. I just think it's a money thing. Because now they have to sack Igor Tudor. More money. But you need a solution, and it's not happening with Igor Tudor. You are going to lose even more money getting relegated. All those salaries, okay, and all the players leaving.
I think Igor Tudor is scamming Tottenham. I think he's doing on purpose.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he wants Romero to go to Atletico de Madrid like all fans, okay? The two players that I just thought about this. I was having a talk during the week, and I was saying, who's Atletico de Madrid going to sign? I know it's a bit weird to mention like this, but the two players that I think Atletico de Madrid must sign this summer transfer window, if they're competing with Barcelona and Real Madrid, it's Cuti Romero of Tottenham, 100% convincible. You will love the Atletico de Madrid project. And the second player is one of the Portuguese league, Maxi Araújo. Maxi Araújo must join Atletico de Madrid if he's leaving Sporting Clube Portugal. It's the club that makes the most sense for Maxi Araújo for the way he plays.
Two players that would love to play under Simeone, I think.
And I think it's going to happen. Simeone is going to get Cuti Romero and Maxi Araújo.
Yeah.
They've passed the test of scouting here. Okay?
No. For sure. Maxi Araújo is very underrated. Very complete. Very... the work rate of this guy is fantastic.
My co-host in a pre-match show, he did say he's the best left back in the Champions League for him. I was like, come on, man. Chill out. Nunes,
yeah.
Chill out. That's way too much.
Yeah, that's way too much, yeah. But, yeah, for sure. And good, I think that they would fit the style of play. So fantastic suggestions for Atletico Madrid.
And now we can also say that Portugal is now going to have 3 Champions League spots. Okay, I'm extremely excited about that. Eredivisie. But I know you wanted to mention here at the end a couple of Eredivisie talents, maybe. Keith Smith impressed you in the Conference League?
Yeah, Keith Smith, again, great game in the Conference League. Troy Parrott as well. These two players
scored 2 goals, right?
Scored 2 goals. Troy Parrott doing a fantastic season. I know he's 24, but I think he's mentionable.
It's the best season of his career for what he did with Ireland too.
Yeah.
No one thought Ireland would do what he did. And the starting striker was Evan Ferguson. Now it's Troy Parrott.
Yeah. I think Keith Smith is becoming so complete as a midfielder. I saw a little bit of the game, and I saw that even defensively he's becoming more aggressive, and I think that's very important if he wants to take a good step on his career.
I told you, he's no longer more of a 10. He's more of an 8 now. I remember but I saw the tape of the highlights Ajax AZ. And the moments he gets the ball between the center backs, this is a player that I understand now the rumors that are surrounding Real Madrid, because he is a build-up play player. And Keith Smith undoubtedly has more presence in terms of goal than an Adam Wharton that does the same thing. So let's see. I think it's a very interesting talk. And we mentioned, where is Keith Smith going next? Okay?
You said Newcastle.
For me, Newcastle is a guarantee for him. Just like Tonali when he came to Newcastle, just like Sven Botman, just like Alexander Isaac. I think for Keith Smith, the midfield, Tonali, Bruno Guimarães behind him, that should be phenomenal. And he would be a cult legend. Geordie fans would treat him well, Keith Smith. So if I was the agent, I'd be pushing him to go to Newcastle.
No. I understand completely.
And I'm sure Chelsea's knocking. All of them are down. And we can mention Strasbourg too, right? Here at the ending of the podcast, Strasbourg,
Panicelli scoring, Valentin Barco.
Will Strasbourg win the European Conference? No, will Strasbourg win the Conference League?
Yes.
Not Crystal Palace.
Yes. Strasbourg, and with Yacine Gessim destroying the Conference League completely. in the next games of the Conference League, Yacine Gessim.
And Valentin Barco showing to everyone in the world why he should be compared to midfielders like Kobe Mainoo. Valentin Barco, this is not a bold prediction. This is a fact for all Chelsea fans. He's going to Chelsea next season. He is going to Chelsea next season. And maybe Valentin Barco starting for Chelsea. Maybe it's very bold to say that right now, because you have, obviously, Moisés Caicedo, Enzo Fernandes, André Sancho, that was very good at Strasbourg too, but Valentin Barco, the intensity, the press, the intelligence, the left foot, the quality of play is just too much guarantees for a team.
Yeah.
And you need a Valentin Barco if you're winning Premier League titles. That's the level of the player that he is.
True.
Not winning Ballon d'Ors, winning Premier League titles, okay? Like Declan Rice, okay? Declan Rice.
No, I agree with you. I think he's ready for the next step. Panicelli is also ready for the next step.
I just don't want him to go to Chelsea.
Diego Moreira is also ready for the next step. These 3 guys, in my opinion, they are ready and they should leave Strasbourg next season.
And it will happen. I think Valentin Barco will return to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Panicelli, please, Barcelona, sign him up if you're not getting Julian Alvarez. Diego Moreira, maybe going to the Premier League. maybe going to the Premier League to a team like Brentford, West Ham, if they stay promoted. I think he'd be a top player like that.
I would like to see Diego Moreira or Bournemouth or Brentford.
Bournemouth. I could see Brentford. I don't know why. I could see Bournemouth. The thing is, you have Ryan.
You have Alex Jimenez. He can play as a left wing back.
True. With 3 at the back, maybe. Yes. But Iraola plays with 4.
But yeah, Iraola plays with 4. Yeah.
But it's an interesting suggestion that you're giving, and I'm sure Diego Moreira will be one of the highlights of Belgium in the World Cup too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be beneficial for him, the World Cup, to also show to big clubs what he's going to bring to that team.
And the amount of Belgian young talents right now is scary, man.
Mika Götze, Nathan De Cat, Jordi
Mokio, Sene Lamens, Mike Penders, Diego Moreira.
This man loves
This
San
list
Lamens.
doesn't end, man.
You love San Lamens.
Yeah.
He only lost at Man United until now 2 times.
2 times.
In more than 20 games, right?
Yeah, right. And he's the goalkeeper with most goals prevented in the Premier League.
Now, what a decision it was for Man United to get San Lamens.
No, fantastic.
Undoubtedly.
It changed their lives, literally.
Bold prediction in 5 years' time: San Lamens or Mike Penders to replace Courtois?
Mike Penders.
Because
I think Mike Penders will be the new Courtois, the modern new Courtois. You know,
the future best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah. But I want to say just before we end, 4 players that are really impressing everyone in the second half of the season. I put here Marc Bernal. That I think returned from injury, and the level that he is now playing is very good, and it will be better, even be better in the end of the season.
I agree.
Oskar Pietuszewski, of course, we already talked. Endrick, what he's doing at Lyon, fantastic. He destroyed Celta de Vigo, and the way he played, it's not just the goals, the way the whole game was fantastic, and what fantastic decision for Endrick, and I think this Lyon to Lyon was crucial for his career.
100%.
Because this will change his career, and the impact that this one will have in his career will be historical.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
Pre-season of Real Madrid, we're now thinking, Hendrik is starting.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's because of this loan at Lyon.
Because of this loan at Lyon. And the last one, Christian Kofan from Bayer Leverkusen.
Underrated player.
Ivory
Coast striker, correct?
Yeah. I think it's for Cameroon. In my opinion.
I got that wrong.
Let me check.
But Leverkusen, they're doing very good scouting. Okay.
Cameroon.
I'm sorry, Cameroon.
Yeah.
Cameroon.
But a lot of goal involvements in the last games. He was one of the youngest starters of Bayer Leverkusen in knockout phase of the Champions League. And I think he's doing a fantastic second half of the season, and he's 19 starting for Bayer Leverkusen, playing well against Arsenal, goal involvements in the Bundesliga. So be careful with this striker, and be careful again with this team of Bayer Leverkusen, because it's a team with a lot of potential.
Could they go through in the Emirates?
Yes. Maybe it's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be a nightmare, but it's not impossible.
I would love that to happen. Grimaldo free kick going bold. 2 free kicks of Grimaldo in a row. That Declan Rice did to Real Madrid.
You want the Arsenal fans to... The Arsenal fans must hate me. Hate you.
They do, unfortunately. But I love them. So it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Gerald Quantz, Ibrahim Maza. A lot of
Grimaldo,
Ezequiel
Palacios that did an impressive game against Arsenal. And Arsenal conceded in a set piece, in a corner.
Yes. And they scored with a goal that, look, the decision was a bit dubious. Okay, dubious. I didn't like that decision. I was a bit triggered. But yes, we're ending here the podcast. If you're listening until now, thank you so much for going bold with us. Another week. Like this video on YouTube. It's a huge help for us. Share with your friends. Share with people. Comment on YouTube. And your comment will appear in the FC Wonderkids podcast. But yes, thank you so much for going bold with us here with me and Filipe. 5 stars on Spotify. And yes, next week we promise to go even bolder talking about Wonderkids. Thank you for going bold.
Thank you.